When should you do no contact with a dismissive avoidant partner or ex-partner? And yes, there is a right time and a wrong time to do no contact. In this video, I'm going to talk about reasons when no contact is appropriate. So definitely stick around. Hi, I'm Katya Morozova. I'm a personal and relationship coach, and I help people overcome heartbreak. I help them understand themselves, understand their partners, and become secure using attachment theory. I'm also the founder of KatyaMorozova.me. If you're new to my channel and all of that sounds interesting to you, then definitely subscribe or simply stick around and watch this video. I'll preface this video by saying that there are a multitude reasons why you may want to go no contact with a partner who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style. So this is not an exhaustive list. These are just some of the main reasons why I think it would be important to do no contact, and often when it's really your only choice. So I'm gonna go over some of those reasons here. The first reason to do no contact is when there has been a lot of devaluation in the relationship, being mean, being hurtful, criticizing you, and even if it's not to that degree, but it's a little bit more subtle, the only thing that's really happening here is that this person, whether they're doing this consciously or unconsciously, and most of the time, I do think it's unconscious, but that doesn't mean, even if you know this about your partner, even if you've, been doing some research around attachment and that maybe they're not doing this on purpose to hurt you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have an impact on you. What it's symbolizing when an avoidant partner starts to devalue you is that they have this desire to sabotage the relationship. Somewhere in, this kind of really maladaptive and nasty kind of coping strategy of like, I'm going to push this person away, maybe I'm going to hurt them unconsciously, right? But then I'll have safety. Even if you understand this about this person, then it still doesn't necessarily change anything. It doesn't change the fact that this person is trying to sabotage your relationship, and that they're making choices about you and they're pushing you away. And, playing savior to them, or, trying to be their therapist, trying to help them like as if that you're their parent is not going to be helpful. It's going to, create this weird inequality in the relationship. So, and it's also helpful to create a boundary in these types of situations. So if this is happening with you, then no contact could be a really, really good idea, because it's basically saying, I'm not going to put up with this behavior. I'm not going to let you treat me like this until you can start to change your behavior and show me that you can show up for this relationship. Another good reason to do no contact is when you want different things from the relationship. So let's say you want a committed relationship and your dismissive avoidant partner or ex is not in that space anymore, where maybe they want a friends with benefits or some kind of casual relationship. The likelihood that continuing to see this person and to continue the relationship on their terms is not going to work in your favor. If you, and this is true of any relationship, if you start wanting different things, if you start categorizing the relationship in a different way, then it's time to do no contact. No amount of chemistry is going to convince this person to see you as a partner again. If, they are not giving you any indication that they want a committed relationship with you, then continuing to see them or continuing on with a sexual relationship is probably not in your best interest if a casual relationship is something that you don't actually want. The next reason to do no contact with a person who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style is if this person is no longer putting effort into your relationship. If you feel like you are carrying the relationship, and that the relationship basically wouldn't exist if you weren't kind of dragging it along, efforting to keep it together, or doing all the work, maybe even doing all of the emotional labor in the relationship. This is a signal that either one, this person is kind of incredibly disinterested or resigned about the relationship, which can be typical of a partner who's dismissive avoidant, who's kind of going into deactivation. And it can also symbolize that this relationship is starting to, kind of come out of a partnership and into almost this kind of parent-child dynamic, where you are, again, you're kind of dragging them along, you're maybe caretaking, or you're somehow, infantilizing them. This is not a good direction for a romantic relationship to go in, because along with it comes, this inequality in the relationship where, either one person has power and the other person doesn't. The sexual dynamic in the relationship can really change when this happens. And you're no longer really relating to each other as if you're partners. You're in some kind of maybe like parent-child dynamic. And this is just, this is not a good sign in a romantic relationship. This is something that could potentially be worked on in therapy. But again, if, someone has to be willing to agree to go to therapy or agree to get support with your problem, in order for it to be effective. Both parties have to be on the same page about that, because otherwise you're just going to be dragging this person along, and they're going to likely resent you in the process and lose respect for you in that process. One reason doing no contact is a good idea is when you start to trigger each other consistently and without resolution. So let's say you hit a bump in the road, or now you've hit many bumps in the road, and seemingly every argument that you get into doesn't get resolved, and your relationship has swung from this, Gottman's 5-to-1 ratio, where it's like 5 positive interactions to 1 negative interaction. Gottman created this ratio that he found in all successful relationships, where if a couple had, the ratio of 5-to-1, positive to negative interactions, then, or more positive, like 10-to-1, then the relationship is going to be likely to succeed. He could predict the success of the relationship through this ratio. So if your relationship is in this space, and this is where, attachment styles can come in and can show the incompatibility in a relationship and maybe why this ratio is skewed. So if, you start to learn about attachment styles and you just realize, like, one, maybe you're not in a place to really work through your triggers, your partner keeps triggering you, and even though you want to see things more clearly for yourself, maybe you're not in a place to do so, and vice versa if this is happening for them. There are times when a relationship simply is misaligned, and it's going to just create more volatility. It's going to create resentment, a deepening resentment if the relationship continues on down this road without repair and without resolution. If something just isn't getting worked through, if you're really trying your best, but again, the relationship is just starting to really get skewed in this wrong direction, it is okay to take a break and to do no contact and to take a breather, because sometimes in some relationships, it's almost impossible to actually see things clearly until you're outside of the relationship, where the triggers are so deep and so profound that, and especially if let's say you're a partner who has a dismissive avoidant attachment style, where that trigger of feeling trapped or confined, if your partner is demonstrating that they're in that space, it'll be, you'll be hard pressed to help them get out of there. That's something that they have to choose to do on their own. So if you're finding that you're in this state or this space in your relationship, it really is okay to do no contact, to take a breather, and to walk away. Are you in one of these dynamics that I mentioned in this video where maybe no contact is a good idea? Please let me know in the comments below which one resonated with your situation the most. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, if you are thinking about doing no contact with a partner or an ex who has this dismissive avoidant attachment style, then how you implement no contact could be really critical if you want a relationship down the road. So if that is something that you would like to explore about how to implement no contact in a effective way, because I have worked with clients who have implemented no contact and it has actually worked out for them where their partner does come back around. This isn't true for all cases, but there are specific instances where implementing no contact in a specific way and choosing to loop back to the relationship a little bit down the road can be extremely helpful and can help to repair the relationship. So if you want to discuss this in a coaching call with me, you can book a session with me in the description or the comments down below. Now, if you are in no contact, or maybe you just have this sense that you have some work to do in order to be a healthy partner to a future relationship or attract healthier partners into your life, then I highly recommend that you apply for my program, Recover, Restore, Reconnect. In this program, we'll help you heal from your most recent breakup or heal your attachment wounds from the past. It will help you restore your sense of self-worth, help you feel like yourself again, and then reconnect with your ex if it's right, or simply reconnect to new people and new opportunities in your life. If you're ready for this program, it is a 3-month one-on-one coaching engagement with me, and it's a high-touch, accelerated program that really supports people in, as mentioned, recovering from the breakup and moving towards earn secure. A lot of people come away with a lot of benefit from this program. I've had people reconnect with their exes out of this program. I've had people who were struggling with insomnia after a breakup start sleeping again, even though they didn't think they were going to be able to. I've had people in this program say that they didn't expect that they would recover so quickly. And I've also had people who have taken this program, moved towards Earn Secure and started new relationships. So there's a wide variety of things that you could get from joining Recover, Restore, Reconnect, including healthier boundaries in relationships, including bringing more of yourself to your relationships. So if you want to take a deeper dive into yourself, really work on your attachment style and heal your attachment wounds, then I definitely recommend applying for this program. Again, you can do that in the description below. Did you like this video? If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to watch more content like this. I am deeply fascinated with attachment theory and I love talking about it. And so if you want to hang out and talk and listen and engage in the community, then please do subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Finally, my next video is what a dismissive avoidant feels during no contact. So that's going to be right up here. So definitely check that out next. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.